was it trigger warning for Bernie supporters. I'm giving y'all a trigger warning. Tulsi finally fed up with the nonsense. Because on Instagram, if y'all don't follow Tulsi on Instagram, I strongly encourage you all go follow her because she's fun to follow, honestly. She really is. She responds back to a lot of people in her comment sections about legislation that she's introduced and things like that. So strongly encourage you all to go follow her there. With that being said, somebody, you know, people always want to ask Tulsi what she did. What did you do? 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 Did you do this? Did you do this? Bernie did this, and Bernie did that, and Bernie. Everybody's always worried about what's going on in Tulsi's life, even though they supposedly don't like anything about her and say she's not progressive. But everybody's still there asking her questions like she's progressive. Because they secretly know that they know who's actually doing work. They just can't stand it that they were so wrong, to be honest with you. But somebody was like, oh, let me get bold and ask Tulsi what she did about the recent Patriot Act vote that Bernie Sanders missed. The young man said, for context, there was just a vote on an amendment to the Patriot Act this past Wednesday and Thursday. I was asking about that, but I forgot to mention the amendment because in his original question, he was like, basically, did you vote on the amendment? The House hadn't voted yet. He goes on to say, as most people try to do to Tulsi before they get embarrassed, CC Kamala, CC Tim Ryan. But I assume she evaded the question because her vote would have been recorded, so it's public information. Huh? She evaded the question because her vote's recorded and you can find it wherever you wanted? Okay, makes sense, I guess. I just didn't feel like scrolling through the yays and nays. I know Bernie Sanders was a no vote. Okay. So why is this always a thing? Why do people think this is like, I know Bernie Sanders was a no vote. I know it was one vote short of denying the unconstitutional amendment. Tulsi Gabbard poignantly said, Bernie Sanders and 3 others were not present for the vote. Shut down. End that. Kill that noise. That's the end of the show. That's that. That's it. That's all she did. Thank you. Make sure, because this nonsense, and she knows how I feel about this. She knows how I feel about it. Tired of her. I'm tired of her protecting Bernie. I'm tired of her protecting Bernie. Bernie literally throws her under the bus. Throws her friends under the bus like Nina. Throws her supporters under the bus. Ignores the legislation that he claims we need so much that she introduces. Let her take the fucking heat after I know he told her that he was dropping out to endorse Biden and he already conceded. He admitted it. That when Tulsi dropped out, he had already conceded. He was going through the damn motions and had convinced his supporters that there was hope that was never there. So don't back him. Don't protect him. Call it like it is. Tell him, hey, that man wasn't there for that vote. And by the way, Tulsi criticized everybody who wasn't there for that vote the same day on Twitter. So we already knew what she was voting. She's always been big about civil liberties, and she's always been big about breaking down and busting down the Patriot Act. She's been big about that. But this was one of those moments that had us Tulsi supporters. Like I said, it's a trigger warning. If you're a Bernie supporter, trigger warning. But this is one of those moments that had us doing the damn moonwalk. Screaming, finally. Say his damn name and shut them the fuck up. And by the way, this isn't Tulsi being malicious. This is her just regarding Bernie being factual, being factually based, measured, and honest, and not regarding him in this particular case as her friend, but as someone who is a legislator, who is a responsibility to a progressive movement that he has been letting down time and time again, as she takes the heat for failures he's actually guilty of. I'm glad she's been honest. Somebody got to be, other than the MCSC network, of course. And let's be honest too. Bernie's lucky that she ain't being more honest. Right? Let's be real. He's real lucky. Climate change can't wait. Oh, so you're going to support the OFF Act that was introduced in 2017? You're going to introduce another bill to go along with it in the Senate? Because climate change can't wait, right? We don't want to bullshit. We got to introduce legislation, right? We can do this right now. So by the time you get in office, it's already ready. You just pass it. No, I'm going to wait to run for president, vote against the Green New Deal, pretend like I voted for the Green New Deal, introduce my own Green New Deal, and pretend like your legislation doesn't exist. That's what I'm going to do instead. Excuse me, Green New Deal plan. That's what Bernie had, a plan. Big money out of politics. You going to talk about that? No, like, because there's a bill already in the House, move to amend bill, it's a constitutional amendment. You going to talk about that? No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about how much I'm going to get big money out of politics. I'm going to not talk about that legislation. I'm not going to introduce any in the House or in the Senate. And I'm never going to mention that your legislation exists. I hate the way the media is treating me and my colleagues and my friends, Warren and Cory Booker. It's unfair. I don't like the way we're being. Okay, so what about this Fairness in Media Act that I introduced to protect you from situations like this? You gonna talk about it? Well, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. What I said was I don't appreciate it, but I'm going to put up with it. I can't stand Trump. He's the most racist, the most dangerous president. He doesn't believe in the Constitution. Okay. So let's take away his spying powers. Because I mean, I agree, he's dangerous, and so is the administration that he has. Like, let's do something about this. Let's show up. Let's make sure we vote. Let's take away his. Let's no more. Whoa, that's not what I meant by the most. I meant he's the most dangerous to my chances of being president. That's what I meant. I'm just saying. So if all this stuff is the most important stuff in the world, then why is it only Tulsi that's introducing it? And that's why is it only Tulsi that's genuinely fighting for it where it matters, where her job is, where her paycheck is signed, in Capitol Hill? And why is everybody pretending like it was ever Bernie fighting as hard as Tulsi has been over these last 5 years for us? Last time I checked, one of them got a book deal. Last time I checked, one of them got wall-to-wall coverage from mainstream media, for better or for worse. Last time I checked, one of them defended the other one over and over again. Last time I checked, one of them called the intelligence community when they tried to use Neil McCarthy as smears against the other. Last time I checked, on his best day, Bernie Sanders is not of half of the politician and is not even close to as principled as Tulsi Gabbard is. That's facts, regardless of how you fucking feel about it. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning into this live stream segment of Mikasa Sukasa. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you go join us on rockfin.com/Niko. Consider donating to our Patreon to help the show continue to grow. But more than anything else, ladies and gentlemen, always remember, find your balance. Peace. If you like that segment of Mikasa Sukasa, don't forget to like the video and smash that subscribe button. Want access to members only live streams, behind the scenes footage, and other premium content? Well, you can endorse us on Rockfin Premium, become a patron through Patreon, or you can sign up for the MCSC Premium membership through YouTube. All the links are in the description below. But hey, more than anything else,
More than anything else,
More than anything else,
More than anything else.
always remember,
Find your balance.
find your balance.
find your balance.
Find your balance. Find your balance.
Find your balance. Find your balance.
Always remember, more than anything else, find your balance.
peace.